court here at South Hadley High School in Addison, Boroff, joined here courtside with Dan Dubuc as the Chicopee Comp, a rival of the South Hadley Tigers team. The Comp only 2-7 coming into this game, but they are a division ahead of South Hadley in D1. But South Hadley coming off of a victory in their last game against Mohawk, and then of course a loss against Westside. What are some key things to look as we're taking on a very good Division I comp school?
Well, South Hadley, actually, believe it or not, we had a game Monday that we apologize we were not able to bring to you. And South Hadley lost that game, but the last game you were able to see was a win. Chicopee Comp is a very good 2-7 team. Do not overlook the record. They have lost to very good schools by very little. They lost to Sabbath by 4, they lost to Putnam by a very few, and they've played new leadership a couple of times. So this comp team, battle tested, they've already meshed as a team, and I have yet to see South Hadley fully mesh as a team so far. So it's going to be very interesting to see this matchup between South Hadley and a battle tested Chicopee Comp team.
Of course, Sabbath, the defending Division II Western Mass champions, and two new players out on the court for the Tigers. Anthony Bullo will be making his TV debut tonight as he was injured for a few games, and of course Evan Marcus, the younger brother of Ryan Marcus, will also be out on the court tonight as well.
Of course, these were supposed to be two key players in this on this Tigers team. Now we get to see for the first time really this season on how well they do, how they're going to do coming off of an injury. And their task is going to be very hard playing against Chicopee Comp.
So we will be bringing you the opening tip 2 minutes away until the start of tonight's game. Of course, Coach Guile, we were watching him on pregame or during our warm-ups right now, and Coach Guile seemed very tense and very nervous about this game as any D1 taking on a D1 school. Of course, it doesn't really affect South Hadley's playoff chances, but it's always good to knock off a D1 school.
Well, a win's a win. It doesn't matter by how much or by how little, a win's a win. And if you can compete against a D1 school, a very good D1 school like Chicopee Comp, then you know in your division you'll be able to play very well. And of course, once the playoffs get going, once the tournament gets going, you're going to wind up playing a Central Mass team that is very D1-like.
So about a minute 15 in our warm-up here. Like we said, we've been watching the warm-ups. Instead of giving you a full pregame, we apologize for that. We had some technical difficulties at the start here and some crowd control issues. A very, very good crowd at hand tonight.
The biggest we've been able to see it yet. Of course, this game isn't quite like the football game between South Hadley and Chicopee Comp, but it is still a school rivalry.
We'll be bringing you the starting lineups in the opening tip moments away from now.
You'll be able to hear the national anthem live. All the fun pre-game events that we miss.
Right now you hear senior Lindsey Brantz reading off the rules and regulations of a star on the field hockey team that won Western Mass.
Of course, we said this during the football season, and South Hadley offers and provides a lot of successful sporting events both for boys and girls throughout each season.
And here are the starting lineups for tonight's contest. starting the last few games we've been doing for the Tigers. Usually a great and Crespo combo in the backcourt. It's interesting to see how this starting five pans out. It's the same starting four as usual, the only change being Callahan in for John Crespo.
Of course, Coach Dyer, you always have to trust his decision. We don't know why there's a substitution, but we believe in Giles' best interest for the team.
Number 11 is Louis O'Great, 34. Sam Pouliot, 24. Joe Crespo, 33. Zach Bullough. And number 3, Kyle Callahan, the starting five for your Tigers. And the Tigers they won the opening tip and almost lost it, and now here's O'Great. And the Tigers going for a 3 early. Put a little too much on it, but there's a foul on the play as O'Great misses the open 3.
You look at the starting five for the Tigers, there's only really one true returning player from the starting five, and that's John Crespo.
And now Comp will get the ball after an offensive foul on South Hadley's end. And the pass kept away from number 14 on Comp. And like we said, always a good turnout for the 6-man tonight. Is no different. Probably the most all-around biggest crowd we've had around our entire gym, standing room only pretty much in the aisles. And here's Joey Crespo, the older of the two Crespo brothers, finding Sam Pouliot, driving underneath, and he's able to draw a foul.
Number 3 a little late on coming in. He wanted to get the offensive foul. Of course, Pouliot was guarded by number 22, and that's a battle that I'm looking forward to see down low, is Pouliot against number 22 for Chicopee Comp.
Pouliot, a very good free throw shooter this season. As he misses the first, and Pouliot seems to have on and off days at the free throw line. He'll have some day where he's hot, and then some days where he starts off cold and gradually finds his mark. But overall, a pretty decent free throw shooter. And he's able to hit the second, so our first score of the game, it's 1-0. Like we said in our pregame, Comp, a Division I school. And they do have a Division II schedule. South Hadley, the opposite, a Division II team with a Division I schedule. But in Western Mass, a lot of D1 schools are about the same skill level as some of these D2 schools.
Moving screen down low, called on number 14, Chicopee Comp.
Now Callahan will inbound to O'Great, or no, he'll inbound it to Joe Crespo as he comes in. There's Louis O'Great with a new haircut for tonight's game. It will be South Hadley ball.
Wait, the ref called a jump ball on that. Quite literally on that call.
South Hadley able to not turn the ball over. They retain possession, and here's Zach Bullough, of course Anthony Bullough, able to, our first game seeing Anthony Bullo tonight. Starting the game on the bench is number 3. Goes up. Misses, but the rebound by 14, who's shoved down. 14 very angry, looking for a foul call there for Comp as he was thrown to the ground. Oh great, wide open for 3. He misses, he's 0 for 2 from downtown. And Bullo gets fouled on his way up. We've seen a lot of Zach Bullo this season, and he has done a great job wearing number 33, of course, the former number of the Ortenzi brothers.
Yep.
Who were great down low, just like Zach Bullo is.
14 just got called for a second consecutive foul. And number 22 of Chicopee Comp goes over and cools him down. Of course, that's exactly what a veteran leader does.
Number 3 for Comp is one of the key players to watch. Bullo, his second of 2, and he misses both. So South Hadley 1 for 4 from the line to start off tonight.
Looks like he's going to get a retry right there. Violation number 2.
So he has a chance to get South Hadley a 500% or 50% shooting from the line. Excuse me. 1 for 3. So they'll stay 1 for 4 from the line. So the rethrow did not help much. There's the star Comp player, number 3.
Of course, that's a great matchup right there that Coach Dowell puts. Louis has fantastic speed.
Number 10 had a great look and had a great shot, it just didn't go in. And South Hadley able to rebound. Beautiful pass by Callahan to Pouliot, and even better block by number 22. So great defense there by Comp, but South Hadley still able to get the bucket.
That is a great series right there by South Hadley. They find a pass. We're not able to make the layup, but stays with it.
Pouliot with the rebound. And here's a great, beautiful pass to Crespo. And the 6-man really feeling it. A beautiful pass. Great passing early here for the Tigers.
Chicopee Comp's coach is fired up right now. He's very disappointed in this Comp team for letting South Hadley able to run a very good Comp team. Now Comp is getting the opportunity, this is not falling in. That can be very dangerous for the Tigers down the road. South Hadley needs to continue doing a good job rebounding, and that will help them control the pace of the game.
And back-to-back highlight reel passes. Of course, Callahan had the first pass, and a great had the second pass. So beautiful assist job there by the Tigers. And assists can be more important than points, especially if you're a point guard. Of course, Rajon Rondo is so successful on the Celtics because of his ability to get assists and pass to his teammates. Now here's number 12 for Comp. Downstairs to 22. He's got a lot of size, and he's able to get the one-handed hook turnaround there, and he's fired up after the play. Here's Callahan now taking direction from head coach Jeff Guile. Number 3, Callahan directing traffic, finds Sam Pouliot.
Now we've been able to see Callahan over the years grow as a player from JV up to his varsity level.
We want to mention he is a very good three-point shooter. Him and Garrett Bila are the 2 3-point shooters, and of course Fitzell, another key player to watch as well from beyond the arc for the Tigers. Here's number 12 going downstairs. Misses the and one opportunity, but he'll have a chance for 2 from the line. Good drive downstairs by number 12 on Comp. South Hadley gets the foul and prevents the bucket as well.
Very close to a 3-point play.
And he misses the first of 2 shots, so he has a chance now to make this a 1-bucket ball game. And he drains that shot, so it's now 5-3. Tigers leading by 2. And Callahan finds Bullo. Bullo for 2. Beautiful shot with a man in the face from Zach Bullo.
the key to that play was not the pass and the shot, but it was South Hadley showing patience as Comp comes out and tries to press them with a 12 press, a 1-2-1-1 press. South Hadley was very patient, waited for the press to move, and then they found the open pass.
Matt Willow almost got slapped in the face on that play and was still able to make the shot.
Very much like a quarterback knowing he's going to get hit, but makes the pass anyways.
Here's Bolo to Pouliot. Pouliot able to keep the hot pass as it almost got away from him. Pouliot for three. Just missing as it hits the front rim. And a great gets that ball stripped away from number 12. It looks like John Crespo, the usual starter at point, is about to check back in for the Tigers. Bad lay-in attempt there by number 12, Callahan, to a great foul that looks to be by number 22. As John Crespo, going to check in for the Tigers, number 20 to check in for Comp.
So Hadley doing a good job running this team, trying to get layups, driving to the basket, and hopefully getting number 22, the big guy, into foul trouble earlier. That's his first foul of the game.
So two Chicopee Colts are going to check in now, number 4 and number 20. John Crespo will check in for Callahan, so now it is the usual starting 5 that we've seen so far, with the Crespo brothers, Boro, a great, and Pouliot. 8-3 Tigers now. 9-3, a great, almost perfect from the line this season. A very good free throw shooter. Very good passer, as we've already seen in this game. Number 4, who just checked in for Comp, finds number 3. 20 was open from the perimeter. To 22, number 22 and 3 are the two key players for Comp in this game, and 22 showing why using his size right there.
Very great move down low. Guile wanted a travel call rather.
Pouliot Crespo decided to skip the wide open 3 and go down low to a great, ends up not panning out that time.
So in most scenarios, that's exactly what you want to see. Someone passing up a 3 for a wide open layup. That's assuming he makes it.
And now 2 finds number 4.
Looks like Joe Crespo is nursing a sore left knee right now.
Here's number 3 driving for passes it downstairs.
That should be on the floor, as it will be.
We will now see TJ Fitzell checking in for the Tigers. Want to apologize for not having his first name for you the last 2 games. And Anthony Bolo, number 31, the other Bolo brother, checking in for his brother Zach. First time we've seen him this season, was injured for a few games.
Of course, a fantastic football player. We were able to watch him on the gridiron.
Led the team with 8 interceptions. Great shot there by number 3. As it's now a 9-8 game, so Comp was able to cut this lead down to 1. And we have 2 new Tigers, as we said before, 31 Bolo, 21 Fitzell. Crespo goes up, gets stripped, and Comp will get possession of the ball.
Very good call on the ref.
Now here's number 3 for the Colts to take it out. Coming off of a shot earlier. That's great dribble moves. He just got denied that time by Joey Crespo. 20 shoots it up. Looks like a hand might have gone on it on its way up, but number 4 able to retain. 20-2.
Looks like Bolo block captive. Every time he goes up, he's swatting. Of course, as you're taught as a young basketball player, you want to go up with his hands up and not swatting.
Now here's number 4. Finds 20 wide open, and they're going to call traveling on number 20. So now John Crespo will check in for a great, as Bolo will inbound to Crespo. Ref decides that they're going to inbound it on the far end of the court here. Number 14 about to check back in for the Colts. Started the game at center. Here's Fitzell, one of the best Tiger players off of the bench this season.
I believe that he is only a freshman.
Getting a lot of playing time as a freshman. TJ Fitzell. We apologize that we couldn't get you his name in the previous games. Number 2. Rebound by Boroff. Number 20 steals it. Good job keeping it in, but the Tigers steal it right back. Good rebound by number 22, and number 22 using his size to his advantage early on in this game. Of course, has a height advantage on everybody on this Tigers team.
He has a huge wingspan that he's going to grab the ball before anybody else does on the court.
He's going to check out for number 14. 14 started the game at center, got into foul trouble early, and now he's back into the game with 1:15 to go in our first quarter. A 1-point game, 9-8 Tigers. Now here's number 20. Number 3 takes the jumper, just misses. And it will be comp ball, as it was last touched by, I believe, John Crespo. So number 3 to inbound for comp, finds 14. 14 almost loses it. 4 takes the 3. It was an in and out. It looked like it went into the net and decided it didn't want to stay. And now here's John Crespo. Almost loses it, and actually he does lose it as it heads out of bounds. We haven't seen a bucket in quite some time now, as it's been 9-8 for the past 2 minutes or so. 22 quickly going to check back in, so must have been a quick breather.
After looking pretty shaky at first, Comp is doing a very good job blocking on defense. Nolan switches on a beautiful pick and roll.
Number 14, the center, goes up uncontested to get the easy lay-in. Now here's Boroff. Finds Fitzell. Fitzell to Joey Crespo, one of the senior leaders on this team. Almost loses it. Finds his younger brother, John Crespo, but it's traveling. So Comp will get the ball as 22 checks back in. Or he's about to check back in. Now here's number 4 for Comp, finding 20. 20 driving, takes the jumper. A buzzer beater, great jumper there by number 20. So with time expires here in the first quarter, it's 12-9 Comp. And of course, the crowd is extra loud because of the rivalry factor that these two teams have during the fall football season.
Of course, that game down to being a very good game between the Tigers and the Colts on Thanksgiving.
That is the tradition. Comp and South Hadley on Thanksgiving, of course, in 2 different divisions for basketball, so they don't play each other as often. But of course, Chicopee and South Hadley, the crosstown rivalry. Even with Chicopee High School, you could consider a town rivalry as the bordering towns compete in various sports. So number 5 checks in for Chicopee Comp, getting his first action of the game, and 22 back into the game after starting off hot in the first quarter. Here's number 3 for Comp to take it out. And it looks like Fitzell is going to be called for the reach-in foul. That's what tough defense and great coverage will do to you sometimes. Sometimes you'll get called for the foul. Aggressive defense. Fitzell, a very good defender, number 21. Only a freshman, like we said earlier. Great pass. Blocked by Anthony Boroff.
Ball making his presence on defense known as he did so many times on the football field.
You could just hear that swat from up here, and then you could hear Boroff shaking his head, saying not today, as he comes up with an emphatic swat there. And then Comp not able to convert on their next drive. Immediately after, stolen by number 12. Number 12 will go to the line again.
Second on Kyle Callahan.
We saw Boroff crash into the padding behind the hoop a little bit earlier, showing his physicality, has the mind of a football player. It's now 13-9 as number 12 hits his first of two.
Zachary has not scored a basket.
Number 12 hits two of two shots from the line. Joey Crespo will inbound. Goes to Bolo to great and very good defense here by Comp. Crespo has to get rid of it. And it's kicked away by number 3. And Comp, very good defense that time on that drive.
Starting off the press, what made that press so effective was forcing the Tigers to keep on passing side to side, not necessarily forward. They had their hands out, they kept on moving their feet, not allowing South Hadley to dribble through that press.
Comp might be 2-7, but like we said, don't let the record sway your opinion on this team, as they just had a very good defensive stand right there. And of course, losing to Sabas by only 4 points. The undefeated Sabas team, which is the defending Western Mass champions, who we have already faced this season and we will face again here at home.
And a reminder that your overall record really does not count for playoff readiness unless you're 500 in your overall record. You have to be 500 or better in your division, or in your league rather.
And of course, Lyle wants this Tigers team to knock off a D1 school. Have not gotten a win against a D1 school yet this season.
And Lyle has not had a winning season in a couple of years with this Tigers team. Of course, they've been sub 500 overall, but still have been able to make it into the tournament, except for last year.
And of course, last year was the first year in, well, I believe over 10 or 15 years that they hadn't qualified for the tournament. Now here's a great to pull out to Bolo. Great passing there by the Tigers to get by the pressing Comp defense, but Bolo's lay-in is not able to fall as Comp retains possession. Number 3 wide open. Getting a shot, a great kind of fell asleep on defense there as number 3 hits the jumper. Bolo had the right idea with the pass, but Callahan overran it, and it ends up going out of bounds.
Of course, if you're Bolo, you don't need to make that fancy pass. You just need to be able to turn your body and see where he is.
Tried to get fancy, ends up not paying off for South Hadley, and now here's number 3. Number 12. Bolo, very physical defensively, as I've noticed so far in this game, as he already has the block, and right there got the steal, but he knocks it out of bounds. Heavily guarded by Zach Bolo was number 2. And now here's 3. 2 goes down. Gets the bucket. It's now 20-9. South Hadley unable to score in this second quarter so far.
And they're getting layups too.
And Callahan's 3 takes an unlucky hop as it's unable to fall in. 20-9. Comp with a little less than 6 to go in our second quarter. Of course, quarters are played here at the high school level instead of the typical 2 halves you see at the college game. Number 12, one of the leaders on this team. And number 3, 4-3. Misses it. Number 2 with the rebound. It gets away and knocks over a cheerleader over in the stands.
It was off his play.
It looks as though the cheerleader might have got hit in the face with that loose ball, but she seems to be lapping it off and seems to be okay.
think it's more of an embarrassing thing than an actual pain.
Callahan goes up and he's fouled very hard on his way up.
So Tony really needs to avoid having that one bad quarter, as it looks like the second quarter is going to be it.
Of course, 8-minute quarters played and it's 5.5 minutes to go. They have yet to score. That was their first basket in this second quarter, so they went almost 3 minutes without scoring a single bucket.
In this quarter, and they ended the last quarter without scoring as well. So the South Hadley offense very streaky.
It's now a 10-point game, 9-point game. As Callahan, a very, very good shooter, 0 for 2 from beyond the arc today. We've seen that from Callahan often, a slow start and ends up heating up. Garrett Bila, another good 2-point shooter, about to check in.
That's going to be traveling.
Oh, now traveling on number 22. And now Zach will take the seat for Garrett Bila, who's another good perimeter shooter. Garrett Bila, his first full season as a varsity player. Played very well at the JV level a year ago. Pouliot to a great. A great pass is picked off by 12 to 3. Not able to get the tip in or the layup. Now here's Crespo. Great body control right there. Putting his back to number 22, able to get the lay-in. Number 3 almost got caught badly in there as he accidentally caught the ball with his 2 hands, didn't want to get called for a double dribble. Kind of found himself stuck in the back row. And now the 6th man in the South Hadley crowd will be entertained by the Tiger cheerleading squad. Very good squad. They've won a couple of cheerleading tournaments the past 2 seasons. I believe 3 years in a row they were champions. So with 4:40 left to go in our first half, it's a 7-point game, 20-30 in favor of Chicopee Comp Colts. South Hadley has a better record than this Comp team, but of course Comp in D1, Tigers in D2. Number 3 just misses the 3, and now the Tigers will get the ball. Number 3 not happy after that foul call. Number 2 will check in for 22. Crespo only has 5 seconds to get that ball inbounded. He got close that time. John Crespo finds Bila taken away by 20. And now Crespo with a steal. Great ball control that time by Joey Crespo. Of course, has great hands, a receiver and a cornerback on the football team. Now here's Pouliot, looks for the 3, fakes it, beautiful spin, and ends up airballing the lay-in, and now the Chicopee Comp fans are going to let Pouliot know. And of course, challenging the 6-man crowd is not a good idea.
On these home games, it looks like the opposing team is brought at least a small band of fans to try to challenge the 6th man, as we haven't seen in years past.
Usually we have some empty seats across from us in the bleachers, but it looks like every seat is filled for this great rivalry game. Fitzel is able to get a hand on it. Pop still in the game. Number 5 for 3. Beautiful looking shot, but just was not able to get it to sink. And now here's a great to Crespo. A great is a very good passer.
Ooh, as we see right there.
But it's too hot for Crespo to handle.
One of the things is our cameraman were faked out on that one.
Number 3 now for Chicopee. Him and number 22 have been the top scoring guys for this team. A great steals it. He's double teamed. Passes it to Crespo. To little Crespo John, and there's a foul on the play.
Actually, that's a very smart call to foul before he gets the shot off.
Once again, we want to remind you we are live here on SHC TV 15. Our second live game of the season between Chicopee Colts and the South Hadley Tigers. We want to thank everyone watching at home for this broadcast and for everyone that joined us here at Thomas B. Landers Court. And Crespo hits his first of two.
Both teams appear to be in the 1-1. 2:58 remaining in this first half.
Tigers are starting to make this a game as it is now a 5-point game, 20-15. So Comp has not been able to score, and South Hadley has taken advantage and has cut that lead to 5 now.
A very streaky game.
Here's number 12. Loses the dribble and it heads out of bounds. It looked as though it was knocked away by a Tigers player as it will stay Comp ball. Here's 12 now. Number 20, and hit a buzzer beater to end the first. Finds 12. Great physical shot there by 12. Not able to get it to fall as here's a great now for the Tigers, and to Pouliot. Takes it one way, goes the other. Not able to get it to fall, but there is a foul on the play. And the Comp coach is not very happy with his team after that play. Not happy with number 2. Very vocal coach.
Number 2 just had an earful.
Of course, Coach Guile, another verbal coach as well. You'll see Coach Guile all over the floor as he jumps up and down. A very physical, very passionate coach. We will not be bringing you a post-game interview as we have time now to tell you Peter Lambert, our usual sideline interview, is not here this evening. Called in sick earlier this afternoon, so we won't be bringing you an interview, but we hope to be bringing you a half-game report.
South Hadley not making very smart decisions.
And Fitzel gets fouled as he's able to get the rebound, and we're at the 2-minute warning here in the first half. Still a 5-point game.
Of course, an unintentional foul right there by Comp as he just sort of ran into Fitzel's back.
Kind of a very clustered play for the Comp offense. Not able to getting it to sink, and Comp is now in a scoring drought the past few minutes here. And Fitzel, a very good shooter, misses his first. So South Hadley not doing a very good job at the free throw line tonight. I imagine it could have been a tie game if South Hadley had made those free throws. Now here's number 20 finding number 12. Has his right wrist taped up. Hasn't seemed to cause a problem for him tonight. Here's number 10 for Chicopee as there's a minute 45 remaining. 12, top of the key. Beautiful spot there by number 12. Read the defense and was able to get a pull-up J. Now here's Pouliot trying to find an open man. He looks to be looking at Crespo. Takes the 3. Drains it for a very good 3 there for Joey Crespo. Hasn't been his game this season.
Apparently the bank's open late hours tonight.
22-18, a 4-point game right now. And threes will definitely help out your team in a hurry. As here's number 5. Driving, and apparently he got called for the offensive foul, and South Hadley will get the ball.
As you see on the live, the player goes to drive into the hoop and then come back out. A lot of times he's going to leave that arm off and push off the defender.
And now they put in one of their 3-point shooters, number 20, Garrett Vila, the Tigers.
Of course, if it's an offensive foul, it does not mean that you can shoot your 1-and-1 free throws. It has to be on defense.
I imagine Coach Guile put in Garrett Vila just for this purpose. 40 seconds left. You have a three-point shooter out there, and he just misses the three. Had a good look, and Pouliot gets called for the foul. That time, not happy with it.
Can't go around someone like that.
And now Zach Bullo most likely will be checking in for Pouliot. And he does check in for Pouliot, who is in foul. Actually, not in foul trouble, but maybe trying to calm him down after that foul. That was Pouliot's first foul of the game. Number 4 misses the free throw, but Crespo is able to get the rebound. 32 seconds left. Callahan to Vila. Back to Callahan. Those are the 2 3-point shooters for this team. Callahan trying to wrap around. 18 seconds left.
The opponent wants to give Pop as little time as possible on that clock.
It's back Bullo. Downstairs to Crespo. Snapped away, exactly what you were talking about there. Gives them 5 seconds to get a shot.
Never a good idea to force the ball into triple coverage.
Number 5 air ball blitz at the end of one half. Tigers putting up a good fight, only down 4, 22-18.
It's a much closer game than I was predicting before this game.
And we'll be bringing you a half-game report moments away. Time 22-18, Chicopee Comp Colts, South Hadley. This was a game that really nobody thought South Hadley was going to win, and they're only down by 4 at the half. And one thing I noticed is Evan Marcus, we haven't seen it all, but Anthony Bullo instantly making an impact in his first game that we've seen so far this season.
Oh, right away, and it's on defense too, as he's going to force down low. What I've noticed about this game so far is South Hadley and Chicopee Comp are playing a very similar game as one another. They're both pushing the ball, both trying to find the open pass, working the ball down low. This hasn't really been a 3-point game. Of course, you have a couple shots here and there from down from outside, but they're trying to get the ball down low. They're trying to feed Pouliot and number 22 on top.
So a big game here for Coach Guile. D1 school coming into Thomas B. Landers Court. We'll be bringing you the second half shortly from now. So we hope you enjoy the half-game festivities here as we're going to take a break. Thank you. Dylan Dubuc used to play on this team, Colin Lacey, and Henry Bristol also here as well. Number 3, going up, misses, 14 misses the rebound. It'll be South Hadley ball, so Comp trying to get on the board early. 4-point game as we start the third quarter here.
14 was grabbing his right shoulder at the end of that play. Curious to see what happened.
13 looks a little limp too in his left leg. Seems as though he's running with half the pressure on his legs, trying not to put a lot of weight on it, so hopefully that's not a serious injury for Chicopee Comp.
Beautiful backdoor.
They're thinking the same thing. Beautiful pass there to Crespo, and Pouliot to Crespo is a dynamic duo, passing to scoring.
Of course, that option hasn't been used a lot today. There hasn't been a lot of backdoor action.
And number 22 with an easy finger roll there, able to put it back to a 4-point game. Here's Bullo to Callahan to Crespo. So great ball movement early on here for the Tigers. Beautiful jumper there by Crespo as he adds on to his point total. I believe led the Tigers in points their last 2 games.
Of course, once Crespo gets scoring, it's very, very difficult to stop him.
Number 14 almost loses it out of bounds, but is able to keep it back in. 22, using his height that time, as he's able to get a beautiful finger roll that time. And now here's Joey Crespo, like we were talking about earlier. Great. Tried to step back to take the 3, but he got called for traveling. Unfortunate as he made the shot. have to be careful as you drop back that you don't take that step, and he did.
Of course, that call will be all right in the NBA.
And now number 12 for Comp, finding 3 to 14. So great passing by both teams. 22 gets called for the traveling. So back-to-back traveling calls on both ends of the court. Joey Crespo exchanging a few words with his head coach, Guile. Sam Pouliot getting back down, and now he gets called for the traveling. So 3 straight drives we've seen traveling. Very sloppy play by both teams early, as we've seen 3 consecutive traveling without a score.
Well, if you're an official, you're told be right, be wrong, be consistent. That's exactly what we're seeing right now.
Very consistent referees.
Yep. And of course, that's exactly what you look for.
Oh, great release on the 3 by Callahan. It just was not able to find its way into the net as it went around the rim.
Looked like when Boroff went up, he was knocked down by his own teammate.
4 for the 3. Misses, but good rebound by Crespo. And now Crespo spinning, takes the jumper. Just missing, rebounded by 3. Number 3 with the jumper. Makes the jumper, and number 3 and number 22 have been red hot for the Colts so far in this game. Pouliot almost stripped his own teammate there from the ball.
Travel.
Now LeGreat gets called for the traveling, so that's 3 traveling calls on South Hadley in the last 4 possessions.
Of course, we saw some very quick scoring back and forth, and then after that, it's been turnover central for South Hadley.
When your mind thinks quicker than your feet, sometimes you move without thinking, and that's what causes the travel. For those of you fans that don't know what a traveling is, it's when you move without dribbling the basketball. Some players we haven't seen yet tonight. Mac Crotty, we haven't really seen a lot of all season. Sean Buthler. And of course, Marcus, who's just back from injury, has not seen any action. Probably still nursing some of that injury. So those 3 players we have yet to see.
Of course, Guile each year has 1 or 2 players that doesn't really see a lot of action unless in a blowout game.
Here's number 3, heavily guarded by a great. And now 22, triple teamed, and airballs the turnaround hook.
He was still able to get the shot off, which was impressive.
And he's able to draw the foul as well as he goes up. Great triple team coverage there by South Hadley. Still Comp ball. 3 to 22. 22 wasn't looking. Looks like number 3 passed it before his teammate was even looking for the ball. So miscommunication there.
Fortunately for them, though, it hit off Crespo's foot.
Now here's number 4 for Comp. Inbounds it to number 3. Number 3 gets picked by number 11, Agredo. Passes it behind him to Crespo. Crespo takes it back to the 3-line to Callahan. 4-3. Brock Mitchell and Callahan has been cold from beyond the arc. 0 for 4 for 3s in this game.
Of course, you still want him to keep shooting, because once he hits his groove, he's very difficult to stop.
It's kind of ironic that the players that aren't really 3 guys have been the 3 guys for South Hadley, and the 3 guys haven't really made a lot of 3s this season so far.
Great rebound by number 14. South Hadley has to do a better job of grabbing the rebounds.
And it looks like Pitzel and Anthony below will check in for the Tigers. As Pouliot grabs the rebound. 2 rebounds for Pouliot. And the putback. So we will see Anthony Bullough and Pitzel during our next sub break. Pouliot 2 rebounds on that drive and able to get a bucket as well. 30 to 24. Comp leads by 6 with 3:22 remaining in the third. Callahan and Bolo will sub out for the other Bolo, the younger Anthony Bolo and 21 TJ Fitzell.
Coach Gallo going out there to grab the ball, almost thought about shooting the three. Would have been very interesting to see if he saw that three-point shot.
Of course, Jeff Guile, one of those few coaches that actually practices with his team. He does all the workouts and sprints with them. Just goes to show his commitment towards this team. I'm going to sweat with you guys, and we're also going to work together and eventually win together, which is what they're trying to do tonight. Fitzell to Pouliot, wide open for three. Puts a little too much gas on it. Crespo takes a hard seat on the floor. Luckily for South Hadley, Pete Krasner, a very good trainer out on the court. 22 called for the defensive foul. It looks like he just shoved Crespo to the floor. And Crespo, being a football player, getting back up.
He does have to come off though. Once time stops due to an injury, that player has to come out.
He'll probably be back in very shortly. As his younger brother John will check in. So we've actually got to see both brother duos tonight. As Pouliot just misses the open jumper, number 2 with the rebound. Like I was saying earlier, both brother combos we've seen on the court tonight. The Bolos and the Crespos. Number 10 finds 22, who is towering over Pouliot. Number 10 goes up, great rebound by Anthony Bolo, and what a defensive presence Bolo is out on the court.
Of course, you don't need to score 20 points a game in order to be an all-star.
Pouliot gets fouled on his way up. So Pouliot will now attempt some freebie shots here. And he hits the first. And one thing I've noticed about Pouliot this season, very cold first half free throw shooting, but is on in the second half.
Especially as the game goes on, you're going to see a lot more fouls called down low, and that's when it's key to have such a good free throw shooter in Pouliot.
And right on cue, he nails the second of his 2 shots, or 2 for 2 from the line in this half. Very good defense. Really can't overemphasize the importance of Anthony Bolo on defense for this Tigers team.
Curious to see what they would be doing if Bila had a matchup. Not any diss to Bila, but defensively, Bolo is a better player than Bila, and Bila, of course, being a better offensive player.
And if Anthony hadn't have gotten hurt early this season, imagine how much better the Tigers would be if Anthony Bolo had played those other games.
Right.
Number 3, driving. And a beautiful lay-in there by number 3. Bolo tried to draw the charge, but the ref wasn't buying it.
Well, he was indecisive. He set up for the charge and then went up with him.
Now here's John Crespo. Pouliot open for 3 again. And Pouliot, typically not a three-point guy, but he can drain him if he's wide open.
He is hitting it. Just a lucky bounce here and there, and that shot will go the other way.
Number 22. Great athletic move there off the spin. 34-26. Comp trying to run away with this game in the third, but this great defensive Tigers team is staying with it. John Crespo to a great for 3. From way out, but surprisingly close on the deep 3 for a great. Crespo, who took a seat earlier, is going to check back in for Anthony Bolo.
Come out called for Comp. Now, if there's a couple of these threes would fall for South Hadley, of course, this would be a completely different game right now.
34-26 is our score. A minute 22 to go in the third. While we have a break here, we want to give a shout out to Channel 15 and anyone that's interested in helping or is just interested to learning about how our broadcasts work here. You can contact the media studio by calling the high school extension 5. while contacting Addison, Boroff, myself, or Dan Dubuc.
Of course, we have a full cast here tonight, or full crew rather.
Giving you the 3-camera shot, and of course the live commentary by me and Dan. And Addison Boroff joined here by Dan Dubuc, Thomas B. Landers scored at South Hadley High School. The third game we've brought you this season, second live game. We hope to be bringing you the next home Tigers game, which I believe is next week. And if the Tigers can make the postseason, we hope to be bringing you games from the cage, not live, but we hope to be bringing you some Western Mass tournament games. The cage at UMass Amherst.
For some years it used to be South Hadley's home away from home. They were there so many times.
And here's number 3 for Comp now right after the timeout. 22. 2 almost loses it, but is able to retain. Guile jumping up and down looking for the foul, and he eventually gets it. Guile showing his presence in that last foul. I think he was looking for the 3-second in the key call. 47 seconds left, and a foul on the play.
Good call by the refs. Fitzel seemed very disappointed in that, but it was a foul. You have to move your feet. You have to get in front of the guy with the ball. You can't reach him like that.
One thing I've noticed, very consistent refereeing, as we've said earlier. The refs have yet to make a missed call or even a questionable call this evening. So I commend the referees for doing a great job in this game. Beautiful shot by 20 with about 3 hands in his face, but not able to get it to fall. Pouliot for 3. Just misses. Comp is able to get the rebound, and they're leaving Pouliot open, and like you said, he's getting the shot off. It's just not going into the basket. That seems to be the story of the Tigers season. Great passing, great shots, but they don't go in. Number 22 coming in. 10 is open for 3. But 22 decides to keep it. Gives it to 3. Misses. Good rebound by Pouliot. Pouliot must have 10 rebounds by now. Oh! Callahan chucks it up from on the other end of the court and almost went in there.
That was surprisingly close.
And it hit dead center of the square of the backboard, but
I think it actually hit the orange right above the rim at the very bottom. And of course, if he shot that dead center court, that would have gone in.
Kyle Callahan showing his great shooting that time, and we'll have a brief entertainment here by the cheerleaders as we're about to start the 4th and final quarter. 34-26. Still the Tigers game, but they need to start getting those offensive rebounds. They're doing a good job defensively, but they need to get those offensive rebounds.
The thing is, number 22 and number 3 on Chicopee Comp are going to score. I don't think there's anyone on this Tigers team that can stop them from scoring. But what the Tigers cannot allow to happen is for Comp to get other players involved in the scoring. If they can just leave the scoring to 22 and 3 and not let them take over the game, then I think South Hadley can come back. Of course, they need these shots to be falling.
Like we said before, very close game, 34-26. South Hadley has a chance. Of course, with 2 threes, you're automatically back into this game. But if they let Comp pull away in this 4th quarter, it could spell the end for the Tigers here.
Coach alum and now assistant coach Neil Quez now having a few words with Pouliot before he gets in.
Only down to 8 points, so 2 threes makes it a 2-point game for the Tigers. Now here's number 3, like we said, have been controlling the game. There's number 12, lost it and tried to keep it in. So number 5, smart timeout call there by number 5. Didn't want to get the backcourt or the out of bounds, so he calls a timeout, and it's still comp ball.
15 seconds into the quarter, and we're calling a timeout.
He didn't want to turn the ball over, so good awareness there by number 5. But I agree, it's like challenging in the first few minutes of the first quarter of a football game. And of course, the Colts did do that. We're switching sports briefly.
Of course, it's a big weekend in the football world.
Patriots taking on the New York Jets, the rival team, on Sunday.
Gang Green. As pretty much for 2 weeks, well, a week, but the Patriots have been waiting for 2 weeks. We've just been listening to all the rivalry stuff going on, especially on like ESPN or local radio stations, and the Jets and Patriots having their off-field battles as well.
Speaking of getting the talk on Mass Live, a lot of people bashing the South Hadley Tigers team, saying that we're not good enough to be in the tournament this year.
I do agree that we're not good enough. We're not good enough to be in the Division I tournament, but
we've dominated the Division II tournament the past few years. And in the past, we've had some seasons where we've had 2 or 3 losses, all Division I schedules as well.
Yeah.
Number 3 goes up. Number 22 misses the rebound. And then Crespo gets called for the double dribble. And Guile not happy because it looks as though Crespo was pushed into the double dribble. And Guile very angry after that call. And I actually have to agree with Guile on that call. It looked like Crespo was pushed from behind into the double dribble call. And the ball hits a player's foot and hops up into the crowd, so a scare for some of the parents. And we seem to have an elderly man out on the court floor trying to get the ball. He seems to be okay.
Crespo's sharing a couple words with him as we help him up.
So some tense moments early on in this fourth quarter. Callahan was wide open. Beautiful move. Callahan was open for 3, but now Crespo has a chance to get a 3-point play instead.
Sort of bunny hopped his way through.
So that's actually the first bad call we've seen all game, that last missed call by the refs there.
But it didn't really do anything
to affect the game.
Right.
John Crespo misses his one shot, so not able to get the 2-point play, but is able to cut the lead to a 6-point game now. As it's 34-28. Number 20 checking back in for the Colts. Number 14, probably in foul trouble, is going to take a seat, as he was in foul trouble in the first half.
These refs really having nothing to do with the players talking back to them today. They're not even responding. They're just doing their job, which is really what you like to see from refs.
Grant kind of made that look easy there as he just shoved it up and it went in. And then a great right back on defense. It's now a 4-point game. Comp has been unable to score in this fourth. Except for right there, right on cue, number 20 gets the bucket for Comp. 36-30 now. So it looked as though it hit Crespo's arm. So that would be a foul on Comp.
There was contact. I mean, of course, the player would say he didn't mean to, but I don't think anyone really tries to commit a foul.
And the Comp coach is almost at mid-court here. Great move. Here's one opportunity for Sam Pouliot. Sam Pouliot goes downstairs, gets the lane, and draws fouls.
That was a great move, but that was great recognition to notice the mismatch right there. Pouliot was not guarded by his usual 22 comp.
A little bit short on the free throw as Comp comes down with the rebound. 36-32, 4-point game. South Hadley praying for a turnover or a defensive stop here to make this a one-possession game.
Well, this is a long-scoring game for both of these teams.
Number 22. And he's been doing that move all game, and it's been working for him. Beautiful move there by 22.
Of course, he uses his length, not only his length, but his speed.
Great. Attempts the three, and it's no good. He had a good look on the shot. It just didn't fall. Number 3. No good. 20 rebound. Puts it back. Number 20 has done a great job on those putback shots.
Off the bench, providing great scoring. 5 in the back.
So we have a foul on the call. Number 5 gets called for the defensive foul. So Crespo, Joey Crespo to inbound.
Good decision to leave number 5 in. He's got 4 fouls with 5 minutes left.
And one more, he's out of this game. Of course, 5 personal fouls is an ejection. Or 2 technicals will also institute a short game.
Of course, nothing you can really do as a player except for just keeping your hands up.
So Pouliot back to the line. He needs to get hot from the line because it is an 8-point game. Every free throw is crucial right now. Number 22 with 3 fouls as well. Number 22, they don't want number 22 to get in foul trouble for Comp because he has been their top scorer along with number 3. And both of the Bullo brothers about to check in. Anthony will check in for Kyle, and Zach about to check in shortly. Pouliot misses it. 22 with the rebound. Finds 3. Number 5 now, like we said, is in foul trouble. Open for 3, decides to pass it to number 3 to 20. Great passing. 3 is calling 5 seconds on the clock. Beautiful shot there. Nothing you can really do on defense with a great shooter like number 3. And they just burned a ton of clock time as well.
Ooh.
Crespo airs up the 3, and it's no good, and it will be South Hadley ball. And now the second Bullo brother, Zach, checks in for Sam. So we have both Crespos and both Bullos out on the court right now for South Hadley. It's a family affair right now for the Tigers. And of course, number 11, Lewis's brother, Roberto, was the starting point guard for 2 years here. So now here's number 3 for Comp. Great defensive coverage here by South Hadley as they're double teaming number 22. 22 gets fouled. It looks to be on number 31, Anthony Bullo.
Of course, if you're going to make that move, you have to beat the ball there.
Bullo, only 2 fouls on the game.
9-point game with 4 minutes remaining.
Number 3 for 3. Just missing. Luckily, a great lost his footing on that defensive, but luckily number 3 missed the trifecta there. A great open. The ball will hop over the backboard. Unlucky hop there for the Tigers. Great defense here for South Hadley in their own zone.
5 seconds.
Number 5 able to get it out. 18 seconds to shoot. Number 3 with the wraparound, and a foul called on number 11, a great Pouliot and Callahan, two of the starters, going to check back in. Crespo and Zach Bullow will take a seat. Of course, Zach, the older brother, I believe he is a senior. Anthony, I think, is a sophomore, I believe. 22 goes up, but Comp able to retain possession. Three's had a great game so far. Controls it for the Colts. Great nonchalant passing here by Chicopee Comp. Number 5 makes the three. Only 2 seconds to shoot. And airballs it right to Sam Pouliot. Great defense there by South Hadley, giving Comp not all good looks on good shots. Ooh. Too happy with that call.
That's 3 on Pouliot.
With 2.5 minutes to go here, looks like Pouliot will not be in any danger of fouling out. Number 3 fell asleep for a minute, and then a great gets called for the reach-in.
Missed his moment of opportunity to take the ball away and then tried to make up for it.
Number 3 did fall asleep, but a great diving was not able to come up with a steal. Number 3, as we said, has been the star of the game for Chicopee Comp. Has a chance for a free throw here as he makes the first of 2.
Brings it to a 10-point game.
43-33 in favor of Chicopee.
Both teams are in the 1-and-1 bonus.
And he drains both of his shots. So it's an 11-point game now. South Hadley, they need to be making those threes that they've been missing all quarter to get back in. Pouliot, here's a three. Just misses. Good rebound by Bullow. Pouliot. Another foul called on the play.
They'll be on the floor.
So now Pouliot to the line for 2. And drains the first. So he cuts the lead back to 10. No substitutions on other side. And I'm assuming Dial is going to go with his scoring team late here in the 4th. Here's number 12 now for Chicopee Comp.
Hadley needs to get a defensive stop right now.
To get back into this game with less than 2 minutes to go. Bullow gets blown by number 5. Great move by number 5 to blow past Anthony Bullow. 46-35, an 11-point game.
That was a huge basket for Chicopee, able to use the entire shot clock and being able to score them.
Looks as though Marcus Crotty and Butheler will not get any action in this game from the looks of it.
Some South Hadley fans trying to file out early.
With a minute 51, still plenty of time for South Hadley to get back into this, but they need to make those threes that they were attempting all game. And offensive rebounding is killing them right now.
Really, it would be a different story if some of those threes win and a lot of those free throws from in the first half would fall.
Only an 11-point game with a little less than 2 minutes to go. Here's Joe Crespo for Pouliot. Pouliot finding Callahan for 3. Just missing. Well, that's what we were talking about. The missed threes are killing the Tigers right now, and another foul called on a great. That's his fourth. So that's 4 fouls on Lewis a great. One more, and he's going to spend the next minute 30 on the bench. Number 3 gets the lucky hop on the free throw, as he's able to extend this lead to 12. And a lot of the 6-man starting to leave as well. That's never a good sign if the 6-man's leaving early. And number 3 having a great game from the line, as it's now 48-35. Pouliot. Great spin, draws the foul. The basket will not count, though.
I think they are counting it.
They are counting the basket, so it's back to an 11-point game. It seemed as though maybe at first they wouldn't count the basket, but the refs are giving him the 2. So Pouliot a chance for an and 1 play here. And Pouliot has been cold from the line tonight. This whole Tigers team has been able to not get those free throws that they need. So an intentional foul on number 3 there, as John Crespo commits the foul. That's his 3rd.
So that's how they're putting in the shooters now.
Fitzel is checking in. He's had a great season off the bench. As we've said, only a freshman. He could be starting next year instead of coming off the bench. Pouliot will come back in for Anthony below.
If Fitzel develops a shot, he'll remind me a lot of a sort of a more slimmer athletic version of Andy Covington, an old alum from South Hadley. Of course, 1,000-point scorer, Andy. I see sort of that explosiveness in Fitzel.
A great for 3, just missing, and South Hadley is really struggling from beyond the arc tonight. And every year, South Hadley usually has that 1 or 2 good 3-point shooters. On this team, they have about 4 or 5 good 3-point shooters, but it's just not working tonight. Of course, last year, Zach Garbosic was the key 3-man, and then in years past, they've had Derek Pelkey, a very good 3-point shooter. So number 22, this is his first of 2.
Plays comp in the double bonus right now.
37-50. Comp has the advantage. And with the minute mark approaching, it could be very hard for South Hadley to get back in this game if they keep missing shots. Here's Joe Crespo. No good, and right on cue, he misses another shot. And that might be about it for this game, as it's 37-50 comp, and South Hadley's just unable to get anything to sink right now. And in their defense, this is a tough comp team, and of course a very young Tigers team as well.
This is a very, very good comp team.
2-7, like we said, but of course, almost beating Sabas, which is arguably the best team in Western Mass right now. Westfield, another very good team. I believe Westfield and Sabas are the 2 teams to beat in Western Mass right now. So less than a minute to go, the 6-man has sat down and has lost their life and is seeming to file out of here. And it's rare to see the 6-man leaving early despite a loss. And number 12 hits his second of 2. He missed the first. And now here's Fitzel to inbound to John, and with 50 seconds left, dignity points here for the Tigers. Sits out for three. And another missed three by the Tigers. And 5 is going to check in with 39 seconds remaining.
Hadley playing to the last second of this game.
33 seconds, 24 on the shot clock. So a 7-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. As number 3 controls it at midcourt. Fakes out John Crespo, number 20. Comp, just like you said, trying to burn the clock time by just passing. Shot clock violation for Comp. And with 7.4 seconds left, this might be the last possession of the game. I have a feeling South Hadley just going to ice it and then just take the last shot of the game. Is the better team tonight as they win it 51-39. South Hadley still below 500 on the season, and we'll be bringing you a post-game report shortly. 51-39, Chicopee Comp is our final score. South Hadley was just unable to make any shots in that fourth quarter. It was a close game. It was a 4-point game heading into halftime. Yeah. Comp pulled away, and South Hadley not able to answer. What were some things that you noticed in the second half?
Well, I mean, I just have to tip my hat to both these teams. It was a very close 12-point game. I know it's weird saying that, but down the stretch, it was those free throws that they missed early on in the game, and the fact that South Hadley, it just seemed like there was a lid over the rim tonight. None of their shots could fall. Even when they worked the ball down low, they weren't able to get the shots off. And Comp able to work the ball around using number 3 and 22. And I mean, they're just fantastic ball players. This whole Comp team was just very athletic, a very, very good Division I team. And it's hard to believe that Comp's only 3-7.
So South Hadley still below 500, but of course this was a D1 game, so it does not affect their playoff hopes as they have to be 500 against D2 teams.
Yep.
Comp being a D1 team, it does not affect the cage, playing in the cage opportunities. So we hope to be bringing you the next South Hadley Tigers home game, I believe, is next week, and we hope that all of you